Today on Aqua Kids.
Join the Aqua Kids as they reveal the hidden gems of Newark, New Jersey, the urban gardens. You won't want to miss this.
So, ready to make a difference?
Building a better planet starts with you.
Aqua Kids, traveling around the world, going where we've never been before, having fun and so much more, learning from our friends of the sea, saving them is up to you and me. Aqua Kids.
Hey everyone at home, and welcome to a very unique episode of Aqua Kids. I'm Drew.
And I'm Katie. On today's show, we're headed into the city of Newark, New Jersey.
We're going into an urban area for Aqua Kids?
Yeah, Drew. The city of Newark has been working with the Greater Newark Conservancy to create areas of green space where city residents can go to enjoy nature. With a new urban farm and park, city residents are getting excited about the growing green space.
Well, I can't wait to learn more. Let's head out.
All right.
We're in Newark, New Jersey. What's up with the chickens?
Chickens? That's right, chickens. We're here with Emma from the Greater Newark Conservancy. And Emma, what exactly are chickens doing here at Newark?
Well, the chickens are part of our urban farm at Court Street, and they work with our farm to help fertilize and eat the things that we throw into their chicken coop, and they're also part of our education for the environment in the community.
So how exactly are you involved with the community?
So at our farm here, we have a clean and green team. They're ex-offenders or adults at risk that work on our farm to grow food for our youth farm stand programs and our CSA membership, which means community supported agriculture. They also help care for the chickens. And we also have a youth leadership project where we educate kids, students, high school students, teenagers, and younger kids to care for the environment and to really figure out what they want to do with their life.
So what positive things have you seen come from creating this community and environmental collaboration?
We see a lot of people in Newark are not really comfortable with chickens or wildlife, but when we have the chickens around and I come over here and I have them hold the chickens or feed the chickens, they really start to think more about where their food comes from and what the environment means to them in an urban setting.
That's very cool. And it's really important too, especially nowadays, to really teach people, this is what the environment can do for you, and it's important to give back to the environment as well.
Yeah, and they, really, we see a change of heart with not only the community members, but also our teen program. They come into our program drinking pineapple sodas, and they come out of our program, eating healthy, eating food from the farm, and really understanding where, fresh eggs come from and that they taste a lot better than store-bought eggs.
So speaking of eggs, what is the whole egg cycle? I've always been so confused about that.
Yeah, so a chicken doesn't need much to lay an egg. As soon as she's sexually mature, she'll lay one egg every 26 hours. And when she starts laying, the eggs are really small. And then, once she practices and keeps going, the eggs get larger. The rooster isn't necessary to lay eggs. And it's actually against most city ordinances to have roosters on a property. So we just keep the hens and they lay the eggs naturally.
So why can't you have roosters in the city?
They make a lot of noise, and they're also not really good for the hens to have around too often. They don't need guys.
So tell me about the design of the chicken coop. I understand it's very special.
Yeah, we designed this chicken coop. It was built by our clean and green team, and we designed it with a grate on the roof. We're talking about her home and she's getting a little bit. And it has a grate on the roof so that when it rains, the water filters down into this rain barrel, and we feed the chickens the water from the rain, and we also water our plants with it.
Well, that's really cool. So I hate to ask, but where does all the chicken waste go?
That's actually a really great question. We take the chicken poop out of the coop, and we recycle it into our gardens. And it helps fertilize. Chicken poop has a lot of nitrogen, so it helps us to grow lots of great things like tomatoes and peppers and things that need a lot of nitrogen in the soil. So it's a really great cycle. The chickens get the produce and some of the weeds and all that stuff from the farm, and then the farm and the garden gets all of their poop.
Well, thank you, Emma. It's really fun to see everything that you and the Greater Newark Conservancy are doing with these chickens to teach people that the environment is so important, even in an urban environment.
Yeah, thanks for coming, and thanks for taking the time to spend some time with me and the chickens.
Who knew that on our trip to Newark, New Jersey, we would find chickens?
I know, but it is great to see how the chickens are inspiring the Newark community to get involved with the environment.
Don't go away. Aqua Kids will be right back.
Aqua Kids presents another Aqua Kids Pop Quiz. There are many items that you can compost instead of throwing them away in the trash. Which item should not be put into a compost pile? Is it A, meat and other animal protein, B, eggshells, or C, fruit? I'll be back with the answer after the break. Did you guess the item that should not be put into a compost pile? The answer is A, meat and other animal proteins. That's because those types of kitchen scraps harbor some unhealthy bacteria and can attract unwanted animal attention.
Welcome back to Aqua Kids.
We're headed out to another urban farm in Newark to find out what is going on there.
All right, let's go.
The Aqua Kids travel to the Hawthorne Hawks Healthy Harvest Farm in the South Ward of Newark, New Jersey. The site of the farm houses a variety of projects run by the Greater Newark Conservancy, all of which aim to teach the Newark community about the importance of caring for the environment. From letting community members plant their own gardens to growing trees for the city, the Hawthorne Avenue Farm is a great place for learning, socializing, and promoting a healthy relationship with the environment in Newark, New Jersey.
We're here now at an urban farm in Newark, New Jersey. So Emma, can you tell me how this all came about?
Yeah, so the Hawthorne Hawks Healthy Harvest Farm. Wow, yeah, the kids at the school across the street picked that name.
Wow.
It came about as a partnership with the city of Newark, and at the end of 2012, we really started developing. This was an abandoned lot, and so we decided to take it over as a farm in partnership with the city to develop it as a tree farm, to grow fruit trees, to have these community garden plots, and for our urban farming.
That's really neat. So Emma, can you tell me how this community garden actually works?
Yeah, community members rent a plot for $10 a year, and we provide the soil, the seeds, and advice about how to grow food.
Wow, so they have everything available.
Yeah, it's really easy, and they really enjoy it.
I bet. So it's really like a step-by-step process, right?
Yeah, and we have our staff that really facilitates this process. We have a whole greening department that works with the community members, and we also have volunteer days where community members can come out here and learn about it and decide if they want to be a part of it.
Oh, that's really neat. So this really mixes the whole community together.
Yeah, it's a really international community here, and a lot of people really enjoy to have this little piece of nature in their backyards.
I'm here now with Tracy, who's one of the community members that farms here. And Tracy, how did you get involved?
Well, I moved here a year ago from Memphis, Tennessee, and I was gardening near my neighborhood. And then I ran into Justin at one of the Conservancy events, and he told me about this garden or farm, and I came over here.
And what's your favorite part about farming?
Well, I love the fresh produce that's not full of pesticides.
It's very important.
And it's really nice just getting in the dirt yourself and eating what you planted. And it's really a social event as well over here, because while you're working you meet other gardeners, and there are people from different countries here, so that's nice. And
you all can share tips and tricks.
Yeah, I get more than I share, but I'll be able to share in the future, hopefully, as I learn.
Hey guys, how are you?
Hi. Fine.
So what are you guys doing here other than watering?
We work at the Conservancy, so we basically educate our community on how to grow crops and about healthy living and healthy eating.
That's really cool. So are you guys volunteers here?
Yes, we are volunteers here.
So your job is to just water everything, or?
No, our job, we actually work at the farm stand. So
that's
at the
really
farm
cool.
stand, we basically sell our produce that we do grow here and maybe some other different sites that we do have.
That's
And
awesome.
by selling the produce, we are promoting like healthy eating and healthy living
Definitely.
throughout the community.
Do you think in a community like this, it's way more important to eat healthier and engage in gardening?
Yes, I absolutely believe so. Growing up for me, we didn't have this. So in our schools, we ate, French fries, cheeseburgers. So yeah, so for us to have this and even have it in our community, it gives us a chance to actually be able to eat healthy and go and see what's out there.
We're here now at Hawthorne Farms with two urban farmers. We have Jeremy and Richard here. Can you guys tell me what we are doing in this little area?
Sure, Danielle. Here's an urban orchard that we have about 2-year-old to 3-year-old trees. And the idea is to produce enough fruit for the local community to have a market and also to hopefully provide restaurants some income and as well as locally grown food.
So not only are these trees beneficial to the community, but can you tell me how they're beneficial to the environment?
Sure, naturally trees provide oxygen for humans, and here in Newark we have a lot of cars, we have a local airport, we have a lot of trains,
Right.
and they produce a lot of smog, which produces a lot of carbon, a lot of carbon monoxide. So it's great to boost the oxygen level in an urban area like this.
Oh, definitely, in such a big city.
Yeah.
Also, what we try to do is try to go organic for a lot of the younger kids, because now they're changing their lunch balance.
Right.
They want to eat it real healthy with apples, good fruit, things like that. So what we try to do is we try to assist other programs like AmeriCorps, food companies like that. We try to get them better fresh fruit opposed to like getting pesticides on the fruits, whatever the case be. So what we try to do is help out with the schools, with the lunches, and the breakfast, give them a healthy,
Make them a lot healthier.
Exactly,
Yeah,
give them a balanced meal now.
Right.
Trees also provide an aesthetic value for the community. They provide something that we can connect to nature and appreciate what we have around us, especially in a natural environment.
How do you guys determine where to place those trees? In the city or wherever you guys place them?
As we continue to put these trees without certain areas, we have a consultant go to each area, knock on doors and ask what they like a beautiful tree planted in their neighborhood. And of course, like once these trees bloom and get bigger, some families can't, like when the weather gets hot, these trees produce a lot of shade,
Right.
So like it helps them out as much as well as helping us out as well. So when we put these throughout our city, we would like people like you or maybe a father or a tourist to come to Newark and see how great our city is and how beautiful it is. With the help of, Jeremy and a couple of our workers, we work together every day diligently to make the city look very much pretty. And
You guys are helping the city out one tree at a time.
Right.
yes.
I'm here in Newark, New Jersey at the 13th Avenue Living Lab Garden, where they've come up with a useful way to deal with rainwater runoff. So Sarah, can you tell me about it?
Sure. Well, this is a school garden, and we have a lot of plants here that we need to irrigate and take care of.
Yes.
So we don't have a hookup to city water source here, so we're actually using rainwater to water all the plants in our garden. We take rainwater off of these two houses.
Okay.
It goes to the downspout here.
Yeah.
And then it goes underground, and we're actually continuing to pick up water through the paving here. And drains take the water to an underground cistern in this area here in the middle of the garden.
That's really neat.
So once it's underground, though, it's really not usable for us.
Yeah, probably not.
So
What's this thing?
we have this contraption, and this is like a standing foot pump that the kids all use, and that's good because I get exhausted when I use it.
It helps.
And they use it to draw the water from the underground cistern and pump it out, and it goes through this red hose over to the blue overground storage tanks. And then we use that water to water all the plants in the garden.
Can we try it?
Sure. I'd love to have you
That'd
try
be so
it.
much
I
fun.
always want more pumpers.
Yeah. Danielle, come on over. That'd be so cool.
So you just step right up. It's just like a Stairmaster.
All right.
You got it?
Get ready for this.
Ready? Go.
Oh wow, it seems a lot harder.
It's like a hard Stairmaster. It's not going to be easy. But it's good that it's hard to pump right now, because if it were just going and you were going away really quickly, you would know that you weren't actually drawing water from the underground tank. So here you can feel that there's suction, that it's pulling the water out.
That's a nice little workout.
Oh, it's getting easier. I'm guessing there's no more water left.
So when we have classes come out here, we have the kids line up, and this is the main thing they like to do out in the garden is work the pump.
Oh, I bet.
And it takes probably an hour to fill the tanks.
Wow.
An hour of kid pumping.
Well, thanks for telling us all about this. It's a really unique way to engage the community with the environment.
Thanks for coming out, Selena.
No problem.
It was so great to see what a big impact urban farms are having on the community of Newark.
Not only does it allow people to grow their own fresh produce, but it also acts as a social event to bring people closer together and to the environment.
Aqua Kids will be right back.
With less than 35 individuals left in the wilderness, the Amur leopard is one of the most critically endangered animals on our planet. Also known as the Far Eastern leopard, the Amur leopard stalks the woodlands of southeast Russia near China, preying on ungulates and wild pigs. This 5 to 7 foot long cat gives birth to a litter of 2 to 3 cubs. The Amur leopard lives side by side and competes with the Amur tiger, the world's largest big cat. Efforts are being made to reverse imminent extinction as worldwide conservation and breeding programs successfully keep about 200 leopards in captivity. Heavy poaching and climate changes are the main reasons why the leopards are so critically endangered. Find out what you can do for the Amur leopard and other apex predators on our website.
Aqua Kids salutes aqua heroes, people working hard to keep the planet green and blue. As the general manager of Viking Village, a commercial seafood producer in New Jersey, Ernie Panasek supplies the entire community with fresh, sustainable seafood. Local fishermen catch the seafood in the nearby ocean, and restaurants always know they can count on Mr. Panasek's seafood to be fresh. The fishermen abide by the fishery laws of New Jersey that limit the amount of seafood they can obtain on any given trip. This protects the ocean habitat by reducing the risk of endangering aquatic species, while still allowing the company to thrive and providing locals with fresh seafood. This practice of sustainable harvesting is very beneficial to the environment because the food is not being transported from hundreds of miles away by trucks that emit harmful pollution. Because the seafood is caught and delivered locally, there's better food and air quality for everyone.
Welcome back.
Before we sign off for today, we're headed over to a park in the Ironbound District of Newark, New Jersey. I'm here now with Vince from the Ironbound District here in Newark, New Jersey. And Vince, what is the importance of these parks to the community?
Well, Katie, Newark is known as the Brick City, but it's really a river city. And for many years, the people of Newark did not embrace the waterfront because they had very little access to it. With the work of the City of Newark and other organizations you mentioned, access to the waterfront has been created. People can traverse through Newark's Ironbound District, which is home to lots of restaurants and bars and lots of fun things. In addition to that, now people can enjoy the things that you talked about, as well as boat tours on the river, and it's really connecting people to the water in a way that they haven't been able to do for many, many years.
And it's really important for people to be connected to the water because it creates a whole new appreciation for the environment and where the people live.
Absolutely right, Katie. In addition to parks like this, in the Ironbound District, we work with Greater Newark Conservancy to plant planters and flowering plants to bring some green to Ferry Street, the heart of the Ironbound, and it also helps tie everything together when you get Riverbank Park with all it has to offer to the people who live here and visit the Ironbound.
And I'm sure also with all the trees and green space, it helps to cool the city down in the summer as well.
That's right, and it also helps with non-point source runoff from the streets and the hard surfaces in Newark into the Passaic River. When that hits the river, it's bad for the quality of the water, bad for quality of life, so everything really ties together.
Well, thank you, Vince, so much. It's really great to see how the parks impact the community here and really what a great impact they're having.
It's so great that parks in the Ironbound District are able to connect the people of Newark to the river.
That's right. Don't go too far. Aqua Kids will be back in a minute. Here's our top story, crowdfunding and urban farming. Crowdfunding has become a fad in fundraising over the past year. Internet users with money on their hands can donate to any startup business or small charity of their choosing. The new film, Growing Cities, was funded almost entirely by crowdfunding. But now, its producers are looking to internet donations for a different reason. They want to broadcast the very first documentary about urban farming on PBS this fall. As Dan Suzman, producer of Growing Cities, commented, Obviously, we'd love to see the film on public television. We'd love to have folks of all ages catch it while flipping channels and maybe get inspired to start a garden or even just plant one seed. As for now, we encourage everyone to donate if possible so that this documentary can air on national television. I'm Katie with Aqua News, keeping you connected to our planet. Now back to Aqua Kids. Well, unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today's show, but I had a great time in the city of Newark.
Who knew that in an urban setting we could find chickens, farms, and a waterfront that connects people to the environment?
I know. The work that the Greater Newark Conservancy is doing to make sure that all city residents can get a little taste of nature helps us to remember that everyone can do their part to keep our planet green and blue.
And so can you.
So visit our website to follow us on our journey.
And learn how you can come along with us, so together we can keep the world
and the water
a great place to play and explore.
And we'll see you next time
on Aqua Kids.